All right, so I'm gonna try to give you a quick tour here before the sun finishes going down. So right now, this is the setup. We have these giant reeds that are native to the Middle East, and there's this trash can right here, some buckets with water becoming dechlorinated. These anti-pigeon things to make sure that our patio isn't covered in the poop of birds who are appreciating a good drink. It's hot out. They like to get a drink sometimes from here, so I like to prevent that so we don't have a big situation of birds all over our patio. This is the way I like to have it when guests come over at night, so it's all nice and more presentable. So right here we have Doug. We named him Doug because that is how you say fish in Hebrew. But yeah, this is kind of the little bioscape we have in here. So he is native to his species, the classic betta fish, super low maintenance. They have the labyrinth organs. They can breathe air, or not exactly breathing air, but they can functionally breathe by taking in oxygen from the surface of the water instead of needing dissolved oxygen. So they come from really low dissolved oxygen environments in Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Vietnam, and little marshes, bogs, and then in modern contexts, often rice paddies. So there he is. He's coming over here. He knows the food's coming. But so we have all these giant reeds, and they have a really, really fast growth rate. So any feces that he makes in there is metabolized really, really quickly by the plants. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but the roots are really, really thick. You can't even see the bottom of it anymore just because of how thick the roots have grown. And he's got. They typically stay at the top of the water column just because they often eat mosquito larvae or any small bugs that fall on the surface. So that's what he's looking out for right now. I really had to about almost stop feeding him. I just supplement his diet at this point with some stuff, but he mostly just eats the bugs that fall onto the surface. You can see some of their carcasses over there. But yeah, no, he's great. He's very, very low maintenance. Barely have to feed him at this point. And he's awesome. And then I'm also thinking that the heater, if it makes sense, it could make sense in the winter to just put the heater out here, and then have his little pond out here remain heated so that he can stay out here in the winter, just because they typically don't do well in temperatures that are cooler. So this could be a good solution for him for winter. Last winter I had him inside, but this whole business of a heater might actually make this pond pretty viable. So he's retreating back there to his little bubble nest that he made back there, and so it's not so big, but it's good. It's everything he needs. The recommendation on these guys is typically 10 gallons. This thing is closer to 20 gallons by volume. And there's a lot of surface area in those roots there for all the bacteria to do their job, taking the toxins out of the water column. So yeah, that is the story over here. And I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I'm also a huge fan just aesthetically of how it matches what his native environment would look like, with a lot of tall rice stalk plants, very densely planted environment with a lot of vegetation, and then those very dense roots at the bottom. Super, super similar to what he would find in the wild. All right. I hope that you and your family have a beautiful rest of your evening. And have a great transition back to America.